Hello everybody, this is Hollywood Joe with Hollywood's World of Sports. And today I want to talk to you about two topics going on right now in the sports world. And that would be the topic of strikes and lockouts. And the first thing I want to address is the strike that the NFL referees are on. Because I gotta tell you, after the first 2 weeks of this NFL season, I've never seen more horrible and bad calls in my life. It's absolutely horrible. These NFL referees, the replacement referees as you would have them, are going to totally wind up screwing the season up if we don't get some help here fast. You know, I know referees in the NFL, and I'm sure in any professional sport, don't get paid millions of dollars like the athletes do. But I can almost guarantee you that those referees, those officials, are a lot better off than the average American who struggles to make a living. So for these referees to bicker about pay when the average American struggles to put food on their table, come on. It's no wonder why these replacement refs stepped up and decided to take advantage of the money they could be making. They were probably an average American struggling to provide for their family. So I say, you know, even though I don't like the replacement refs, even though I think they really suck, I think that it was smart of them to take the opportunity for a decent paycheck. You know, all I ever hear about in sports these days is, I'm not making enough money, I'm not getting what I should be getting, all this other stuff. And now, we are in the midst of an NHL lockout. The second one in a matter of 8 years, I believe. Well, you know, I'm sorry, and I know some of you hockey fans out there, the ones that are American hockey fans, are going to hate me for this. But you know what? Hockey is the fourth most popular sport in this country behind basketball, baseball, and football. And at this rate, with this lockout BS, hockey might as well be irrelevant. It might as well be irrelevant because nobody cares. Nobody cares about hockey. The last time I cared about hockey was in the last Winter Games when USA played Canada for the gold medal in the Olympic Games. Now that's hockey. That's, to me, that was real hockey. Pride. Pride. And playing your heart out. Not for money, but for the love of the game and the love of your country. But no. 2.5 years later, after that game really started to help building hockey's popularity again, here we go. We're not going to have an NHL season because the players want more and the owners don't want to give more. Well, you know what? Let me tell you guys something. These hockey players, and any athlete for that matter, you guys should be honored and privileged to make that kind of money. Because like I said, the average American, they struggle every week. Some of them live paycheck to paycheck. Some of them have to, you know, not eat to pay their bills. Stuff like that. And you guys want to bicker about a few $1 million? Really? You know, baseball learned its lesson back in the mid-90s when they had that last strike, because it damn near destroyed baseball. And you know what? Baseball hasn't had any problems since, because they know if they ever had another strike or a lockout, they'd be having a lot of problems. A lot of problems. And guess what? I don't blame them. Baseball's smart. Baseball knows that they can't afford not to have a season. But boy, Basketball, man, they sure cut it close last year. Football cut it close the year before. And now hockey? Well, you know, I'm sorry, but other than the Detroit Red Wings, my hometown team or my home state team, I could give two shits less about hockey right now. They're, you know, they're greedy. They're all greedy. And I'm not just talking hockey right now. I'm talking every single sport in America is greedy. You know? See, that's what I love about golf. That's what I love about bowling. That's what I love about sports like that, you know. You have to rely on yourself to make the money. You have to perform good in your sport to perform, you know, to make the money. And all these other sports like baseball, football, basketball, hockey, you can have a piss poor season and still make the money you're making. How is that justified? You know, to me, I've always felt that professional sports, your pay should be based on your performance, not your reputation and not your name. You know, so, you know, I mean, look at let me give you an example here. I don't know, say Miguel Cabrera. Miguel Cabrera, he's a damn good baseball player. Hits 40 home runs every year. Hits over close to 120 RBIs. That's fine. To me, he's earning his money. But let me ask you something. What if Miguel Cabrera only hit 10 home runs and 50 RBIs? Should he still be paid the same amount of money he was? Hell no. No, no. Not at all. To me, these guys really don't earn their paychecks. I mean, they do in the beginning of their careers because they play to get paid. But man, once they get them big contracts, most of the time it goes to their head. You know, and another guy I don't get, Drew Brees. Drew Brees, you sat out and held out most of the offseason. Most of the offseason bickering about your contract. Going back with the owner of the Saints about your contract. Hey, guess what, Drew? You're 0-2. What have you done for me lately? You know? It's that type of thing. Drew Brees. You know? Drew Brees, if you guys don't make the playoffs, if the Saints don't make the playoffs, and you underperform this year, are you going to let the Saints take back all that money they paid you? No, you're not. But man, you sure put up a fight about getting paid more, didn't you? It's stuff like that. You know, and somebody said it best to me a couple days ago when I was talking to them about this topic. And they simpled it up with one phrase. $1 million crybabies. And that's all they are. That's all these athletes are. And don't get me wrong, I love sports. I love watching sports. I love talking about sports, as you very well can tell. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing these videos and writing on a weekly basis. But there comes a time where these athletes, these owners, these officials, anybody involved with these professional organizations need to be held accountable for what they do with their money. I hear all these research studies about how the average athlete goes bankrupt and broke, you know, within 5 years of after they retire. Well, you know what? Maybe if you hired an accountant and budgeted your damn money better, maybe you wouldn't have those problems. Maybe, you know, you guys make enough money that would set an average person up for life. Maybe even more. I'm sure you guys make enough money to where you'd set 10 average people up for life. Because average people at least know how to balance their money and budget their money. What do you guys do with it? You blow it on multiple homes. You blow it on multiple homes. You blow it on multiple cars. You don't buy health insurance or life insurance policies for your families and take care of them. So, you know, it's getting really hard for me to feel bad for these athletes, for these officials, for anybody involved with professional sports. And like I said, the lockouts and the strikes are getting old, and they're getting old fast. And hockey might as well be dead and buried in America because nobody cares. Hockey, in my opinion, sucks now because they've officially damaged any chance they had of being really popular in this country. So, you know, good luck, guys, because from what I've heard already, most of the NHL players are already signed with European and Russian teams. So, like I said, if you're a hockey fan, don't plan on watching much hockey this season. So, with that being said, this is all from me, Hollywood Joe, at Hollywood's World of Sports. Remembering that controversy doesn't come without criticism. And keep on giving me your opinions and feedback whenever you're up to it. Have a good day, guys, and take care.